Hey, Dr. Mac.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm great today. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing really good. Glad it's a Friday.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a Friday. It's a
Yeah,
Friday. Yeah, we made it once again, and it's always good to see you.
yeah. It's good to see you too.
Absolutely. And of course, we like to welcome our viewers to the Network Live. I'm April Garner, the founder of the network. And with me is Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr., my partner in crime for the
Yeah,
past 35 weeks.
35. Wow, that time's going by fast.
Yes, this is number 35. So we're here to, of course, hear the COVID-19 message, the only message that we really trust, and to get the latest on the data that's happening or that's coming from across the United States, the world, and of course for South Carolina. And Dr. Mack always gives us great information, especially since we're coming up on this Thanksgiving weekend really soon. And people are already making their plans for Thanksgiving, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to do it and if they're going to do it. And, there's some things that they really need to know as far as why they need to just be mindful, even if they're planning for small gatherings, Dr. Mack. So, before we get started, what are your thoughts on that? I know that people want to get ready for Thanksgiving and there's so much debate about it, but the message can't be any different from the way it's been in the past.
No, my feeling is that really people probably should not be traveling. And really to kind of take on, if you're looking at what the message we've been saying, is that, if you don't know the whereabouts of where these folks have been 14 days prior to wanting to come to your house, they probably shouldn't come.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
incubation period is anywhere between 3 days to 14 days, and you really don't know what this person's been doing, who they've been in contact with, so you just have no idea.
Right.
So if you don't know where they've been, who they've been around, then it probably is not a wise idea to have them around. As a matter of fact, hospitals are actually now preparing for um, rising cases for COVID post Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're preparing. Hospitals are preparing for that now.
Okay. All right.
Unfortunately, some hospitals are already stressed and strained, and they don't have a whole lot of wiggle room for a bunch more admissions to hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to hear about all of that and in just a moment. So typically you will, give us some numbers, or do you want to just go into the slides?
We'll go into the slides. What I
Okay.
try to do is find slides that would kind of encompass the numbers as well. So we'll kind of just go on in with the slides.
All right. So let me pull up our slide deck for today and we'll get right to it.
Okay, great. So this slide looks at the world tracking of COVID. And basically, it's been over 57 million cases and over 1.3 million deaths. In the last 14 days, the number of cases have gone up 9%, and the number of deaths have gone up 21%. Now, this is worldwide. So just kind of keeping that in mind on a world global status, we are seeing that the numbers are going up. If you look at the tail end of this curve, this graph, it is going up and going up to exponentially higher. So just be mindful of that. Next slide. Next slide really looks at the United States. And, this is really a concerning bit of information here, because the number of cases in the United States are over 11.8 million. And in the past 14 days, the number of cases have gone up 73% in the United States, 73%. The number of deaths, we've gone over 250,000 people that have died. And in the last 14 days, those numbers have gone up 63%. Hospitalizations in the last 14 days, those numbers have gone up 50%. So again, as you see, those numbers are really starting to take off exponentially in the United States. And it's hitting at a time that's very concerning because, really what's happening is that as the weather gets colder, as we're having more people with cold and flu issues, we're going to be, more so concerned about this. So I'm really, really concerned about what these numbers show, what they look like, and the fact that we're having this number of cases and this rate of rise is very, very concerning. So just kind of, watching that, being on guard. Like we said earlier, April, the concern is that, we're coming up on a holiday. And the concern is that a lot of people just aren't really taking this as seriously as they really should be taking it. And so I urge people to really, really, pay attention to this. I urge people to really take heed to what these numbers are saying. These aren't numbers that are being made up. These aren't numbers that are being taken lightly by those in the medical community, because we know as those numbers rise, it does put health professionals at a higher risk also, and their families and our families. Next slide. Next slide is just kind of a blown up version of what I just said. In other words, the cases, if you want to look at the graph closer, just how it's kind of shot up there from April to May, July to August, and now October. From about October the 13th, it really just started taking off in a major way as far as the number of new cases. As far as the deaths, we are seeing that triphasic area where back, in other words, the three peaks there related to deaths back in April, May, when the major metropolitan areas were hit hard: New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Illinois, Chicago, Louisiana, Detroit. It kind of went down and it started popping back up as the southern states started to get hit. And in this last tail from October 13th on, we're seeing a lot of the Midwestern states get hit, as well as other places as well. Next slide. Hot spots in the U.S. This is over the last 7 days. The darker the intensity of the color, the more concentrated the cases are. The lighter the concentration color, the less cases are, but it's still high cases. Just wanted to kind of see that so people can be aware, particularly people that are planning on traveling. If you're planning on traveling, you want to be aware that that those areas you may be traveling to may very well be a hot spot. So just kind of keep that in mind for those people that are planning on traveling. Okay, next slide. Next slide just kind of talks about what's happening here case-wise. Yesterday made the second day that it logged over 170,000 new cases in one day as the death toll crossed the 250,000 mark. So we just want to take a look at that, be understanding what these numbers mean. I think the next slide will actually make it a little bit clearer on this as well. Where we're seeing, and I wanted to put this slide in so we can actually be aware of how this third peak looks. Back on April 10th, that appeared to be the first peak. July with a little over close to 32,000 new cases that day. July 19th, there was a second peak where it was right under 67,000 cases. And October 13th is when we started seeing the third peak. Now that number was 52,000. Okay. As of yesterday, new cases and that was in one day. As of yesterday, the new cases were 185,000 plus. So just to give you an idea of how those numbers are in comparison to other peaks for new cases in a single day. Okay, so I just want to make that aware so people can see exactly what these numbers mean, what they look like, and the significance of the rate of rise of the numbers going up exponentially. Okay, next slide. Next slide kind of goes into this a little bit more detail, the daily numbers. The bar graph on the left, the tan bar graph, where it says 7-day average, that line would be where the 7-day average would have been. But for yesterday, it was almost 188,000. So as you see, yesterday's number far exceeded the previous 7-day average of new cases. Also, the pinkish graph, a pinkish bar graph right beside it, to the right of it, shows U.S. deaths, and the 7-day average is the first notch on the line. The peak death was 2,600 people, but the day before it was a little over 2,000. Again, far exceeding that previous 7-day average. So as you see, the numbers are going up. I wanted to put this up for illustrative purposes so we can see where the 7-day average is compared to where we are right now. The map of the United States shows that the 7-day average was above the previous 14-day average in all states except 3. In other words, it's going up, for lack of a better term, a better phrase. When you're looking at the 14-day average, which a lot of times these graphs will do, kind of compare it in a 14-day average, but the 7-day was higher than that. So again, just another illustration that the numbers are actually going up. Okay. All right. Next slide. Next slide looks at South Carolina. So as we see, the numbers are on the far right part of the graph. They are tailing up. The number of cases over the last 14 days in South Carolina have gone up 51%. In the last 14 days. The number of deaths have gone up 14%, and the number of hospitalizations in the last 14 days have gone up 3%. So as we see, these numbers are going up in all 3 of the major parameters looking at COVID, and it's very important to just keep this in mind as we narrow this down from world to national down to state. Okay, next slide. Next slide just kind of blows that information up a little bit. Daily reported cases, as you see on the far right, the numbers are going up and starting to approach where we were this summer at peak times in July. That graph is headed towards there as far as going up. That's the graph to the left. The graph to the right with the deaths, as we see back in August, we had some peak death time there. It started going down good and went back up, and then now it's going back up again. So just, those numbers, as I said before, are basically showing that. And we just need to be aware that in South Carolina, the numbers, are going up. Okay. And the last slide just looks at 2 things. I'm going to start with the graph on the right. Initially, the hospitalizations. We see we're not as high as we were in July and August, but we're not as low as we were at the end of September also. So it's starting to, trend upwards. And again, we want to keep an eye on that. And another thing that we want to take a look at is the first graph, which is the daily reported specimens, the testing, in other words. And we see the numbers are going up. It went down for a while between August and late September, but they are starting to go up. Still not testing as much as we should, but the testing is starting to trend up, which is a good thing, particularly this time of year. Okay. So as far as testing, and I want to end on that with that graph to talk about it. I know Coastal had a drive-through testing site today, and they have one on Sunday. But there's also going to be one at Friendship in Conway on Tuesday morning. I've been in talks with some folks from DHEC and the National Action Network who actually are sponsoring this, and along with myself and with Friendship being the place to have it done. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Anybody come out. They'll be ready, willing, and able to test whoever shows up. The turnaround time on that test will be 48 hours, 72 at the most. But it's something that we don't have to worry about taking a long time for those results to come back. I made sure that the people that were testing were reliable, were credible, and they're the same people that I've been working with on a weekly basis with the university. So it's very important. Please come out, get tested. And like I said, it will be at Friendship Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Free of charge, no cost. Of
And you
course,
said it's a
no
quick
cost.
turnaround on this one, right?
Very, very quick turnaround on this one. So that's good. It's the same company that we use with the athletes at Coastal. So so it's good. They've been reliable. I've gotten 5 tests in the last 6 weeks. So please come out, pass the word, spread the word that we will be testing Tuesday at Friendship. And we'd love to see as many people as possible come out.
So, Dr. Mack, the test that they're going to use on Tuesday, is it the same type of nasal swab, or has that changed?
It has changed in the sense that they don't have to go as far back as they did before.
Okay.
So it's still intranasal, still in the nose, but again, it's not as invasive as the first 2 tests I think I had, where I felt like they were trying to puncture my brain.
Yes, sir.
So this one's not going to be as invasive. And again, I encourage folks to come out, particularly, going into the holiday season, particularly going into Thanksgiving, particularly going into, Christmas, New Year's. You just want to know where you are. You've got kids that are coming home from college now. They need to know where they are. It's important to do this because we know that the numbers are going up. As I said earlier, the numbers are going up. And so as they go up, there will be more people that will have more positive cases, more hospitalizations. As the hospitalizations go up, the chances of death go up. Our extension of a previous pre-existing chronic condition. So again, very important, very, very important to look at that.
Yes, absolutely. I know that, my family, for example, is preparing for Thanksgiving, but we have decided that we're going to keep it small, and we're already taking our precautions as far as even, testing temperatures at the door, making sure that we have enough room to socially distance. So look, everybody get a plate and go have a seat somewhere.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
And we're just being very mindful. And I don't think that I was watching some kind of, I call them, they're starting to turn into little social media battles, like the great debate or whatever. And there was some things that were said earlier about a statement that was made that they don't want people to be singing and talking loudly or, out loud or whatever, because the fear is that, of course, that would be a way to spread the coronavirus if droplets are coming out of people's mouths. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but that's a very real thing. And that's the reason why there's the social distancing aspect of this, in that the spittle could be a part of the carry of this virus. And so, of course, the people who are arguing it the most are the ones who are trying to make it more of a, you take away my freedoms. Nobody's going to tell me that I can't sing and I can't do this and I can't do that. And that's so not what this is all about, and I think that people just need to, first of all, we're almost at the end of 2020. And we have been dealing with this, Dr. Mack and I firsthand know, for the past, 35 weeks. So that amounts to 8 months, a little bit more than 8 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay, enough is enough in 8 months. Right. Enough is enough. I mean, we get it if you are one of those persons who just does not want to conform. And it's not about conformity as in giving up your rights, but it's more about conforming to some standards that we need to follow so that we can get over this hump. Right. Fine if you're not that person. If you don't care enough about, just trying to do the right thing, then we know who we're dealing with. But that really should be what it's all about, that you care enough about the person sitting next to you or whatever, that even if you don't feel that way, you will be respectful of the fact that someone else may be a little hesitant, be a little anxious about what's going on, and just do the right thing. That's all it is just doing the right thing. And it also goes back to seeing a lot of holiday gatherings that are happening now. And, even some of the church services have gone up. And, with numbers like what you've shown us today, really people need to take a step back and assess whether or not it's really worth it to put people in harm's way for the sake of having a worship service that can be easily handled, virtually.
Right.
Or even an event. I mean, I think it's great that you want to get on with life and you want to create events for people to visit and all that. But the problem is that we can't control what people are going to do. And even if you say, oh, we're going to require masks, we're going to require social distancing, the liability and all of that is once people get there, there's no telling whether or not they're going to do it,
Absolutely.
So I scratch my head every time I see these kinds of posts, and I tend to get involved sometimes in the discussion, but I'm coming to realize that it does not matter. A good friend of mine said it today. It does not matter what you say to some people. They're just going to want to go against the grain, or they're just not going to see it through a different lens. And really the only lens that anyone should be actually, checking this whole situation out through is the lens of being respectful for anyone who's around you, regardless of whether or not you feel that you may be a COVID carrier or not. You just don't know, because there are too many people who have died. Another thing, Dr. Mack, that has come up, this whole, and I, from time to time, I ask you to address this whole idea that, they're not having as many discussions, and the media is not covering as much about people dying from the flu and from cancer and from diabetes and from other things. They're not doing it as much as they are with the coronavirus. And, the media is just hyping it up. They're just, they're exploiting it. They're glamorizing it. They're, sensationalizing it. They're doing all of this. And the point you made a long time ago is that, yes, people are dying from these other illnesses, diseases, and things, but they're not dying as quickly. They're not dying as fast of a rate as folks with the coronavirus. And that's the point. That's the point.
And also those other things typically have cures and treatments for them. There is no cure for COVID. Let me say one thing, April, because I actually gave I actually quoted you something wrong on here. The testing at Friendship is actually December the 1st.
Sorry?
December the 1st.
Okay, testing is December the 1st instead?
Right. The date that I gave you was the initial date that we had talked about, but it's actually December the 1st.
And what day of the week is that?
That's a Tuesday. It's definitely a Tuesday. It's still a Tuesday, but it's December the 1st. We had kind of tossed around some dates, and the date that I gave you was actually another date, but it's been set on December the 1st.
Okay. Tuesday, December the 1st. All right.
Tuesday, December the 1st. From still 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Still the same location, but it's just December the 1st. Okay. I gotta thank my wife. She caught that.
Thank you, Angela. We appreciate it. Well, all right.
But it's actually December the 1st, and I think Miss Donna Palmer also looked at that too. And it's actually not in November, Miss Palmer. It's December the 1st. At Friendship. And we're going to try and push this as much as we can to get as many people as we can, because I'm trying to get them to do another date also. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, so don't wait on another date. But if we have a good turnout, there's a chance that they may come back and do this again. Okay. I wanted something to be done in the community, something that can be done at a place that's readily accessible, readily available in the community. And, Reverend P and Friendship were, nice enough to let us have it there in conjunction with the entities that'll be there assisting with this. So I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Stephanie Pope Singleton, who is a nurse. She actually contacted me after hearing us talking about this. And she's a part of this conjunction coordination with DHEC, National Action Network, who are working to facilitate it in these community areas. And she's a good friend of mine, and she's a nurse, very good nurse. And we're we're able to get this coordinated together.
Well, I think it's great, Dr. Mack, that you have brought something. You were able to coordinate with these other groups to actually bring this testing into the community, because people have had to go somewhere else and get the testing. And if anyone knows where a Friendship is located in Conway, it's 1111 Granger Road in Conway. So that pretty much is if you're turning down Granger Road, it's near Huckabee Heights. Near Ocean View Funeral Home, and on your way to Rose. These are just landmarks that people all know along that stretch. If you're coming off of 378, you would make a left onto Granger Road, or a right, or depending on which direction you're coming from. If you're coming from like Marion, you would make a right eventually. But that, I think that's great, and maybe that's what that's probably what we need, is to create more testing sites that are in the heart of these cities and communities to get people tested.
And that's what my friend Stephanie is doing. They've broken up the state in different areas, and her area that she's broken up is in this area. And so she contacted me, knowing the size of my practice, the fact that I was from here, that I am a member, deacon of Friendship Church. And the folks were familiar with Friendship, the size, the facilities, and those kind of things. So please come out. This is a community thing. It's not a Dr. McIver thing. It's not a Friendship thing. It's a community thing. We're just thankful that Friendship has allowed us to have it there, and these entities have gotten together, and me pushing it, this network pushing it. We're going to try and get as many entities to push this as possible, so that way in our community, we'll know. The nasal swabs are not as invasive as they were before. It is going in your nose, but it's not as long as it has been. They're not kind of grinding your nose out and trying to puncture your brain to get a brain sample. It's not that kind of thing. But folks, please come out, because again, it is important to know, especially going into the holidays.
That's
okay.
Right.
And
That's
even
right.
even if you've had COVID before, and let me say this, I got some other key points I'm going to talk about too, but let's talk about this. Even if you've had COVID before, there is still a potential chance of getting it again. Let me say that. I said again, if you've had COVID, there is a potential that you can get this again. Okay. Now, there's some immunology that's involved here without getting too scientific, too in depth. When you see a virus, your body sees a virus, it produces antibodies. Antibodies are there to fight off if it sees that virus again. We know that there's a subset of folks that get COVID whose antibodies will not last for years like we expect them to. As a matter of fact, there were some studies that were shown that some folks' antibodies went away undetectable after 2 to 3 months of having positive antibodies. Why that is, we still don't know. Why it is, that part still has not been figured out, and only time will actually sort that out. But the point is that you can potentially, now, although the likelihood is low, I'm sure, but you can potentially get it again.
Okay.
So again, the statistics on that is very low, but still it is potential for that. So just come, get tested. It's free, and those kind of things. Couple things I want to say too, though, along this. There have been about 4 entities that have vaccines that are now being submitted for approval. Pfizer and Moderna have vaccines. AstraZeneca and Oxford also have vaccines that they're looking at for the older population. But the Pfizer vaccine, Moderna vaccine, those vaccines have been looking at about 90+% effectiveness. There's still some controversy about them. But again, as these numbers rise, particularly amongst healthcare workers, particularly among people who have chronic conditions, it is a real situation. Everybody has their own feelings about the vaccines. But again, this will get approved. This will get approval pretty soon, actually. So how they're going to distribute them, nobody knows yet. It's got to be kept at a sub-zero temperatures. to keep the vaccine. So that's going to be a question. That's going to be a concern, how to keep those vaccines fresh and effective. So, but you will hear more about that in the next coming weeks for sure. Still other things going on. We're having schools that are closing, particularly in metropolitan areas. New York City public schools have closed. We're having athletics, whether it be secondary schools and even on the college level. The Ivy League has actually canceled all of their winter sports, and the fall sports that they were going to move to the winter, those have been canceled.
Right.
So we're having now colleges that are getting, that are looking at canceling things. Also, there's a new drug that just got approval in the treatment of the seriously ill folks that are hospitalized on oxygen and ventilators. It's called Olumiant, and it is used to be in conjunction with remdesivir, which has been used before. So those two combinations have been shown to be, effective, and if started early on folks that are sick, hospitalized, that are in some distress there. Okay. Good.
All right. Well, great updates as usual, Dr. Mack. And of course, I want to thank our viewers for tuning in. And please remember, you can post your questions or comments, and we definitely will get to your questions. If you have any about COVID, or if there's anything else that you want Dr. Mack to kind of touch on today, 1 month we actually covered various cancers, and we did a good job of answering some questions that were kind of related to COVID and not. And so if you have any questions or whatever, I'm sure Dr. Matt would be willing to give you as much information as possible. But on the subject of COVID and just understanding what's to come, I know that we are all probably experiencing just a touch of COVID burnout, but you just can't let your guard down when it comes down to this thing. And so, we've dedicated our time and energy to making sure that you all have a reputable report, one that you can definitely trust. And please know that Dr. Mack is doing his research, and he's pulling graphs and sending me things so that we can share this information with you. And it's all because, of course, we're concerned about our communities, and we want to make sure that everyone has some information that, they can trust, and because there's a lot out there to decipher. So if you have questions, post them in the threads, and we will certainly get to them. And I just want to, send a few shout outs to some folks who are watching. Of course, thank you, JD Spain, watching in Arlington, Virginia. Really do appreciate it. And Wendy Bradshaw Willis, thank you for watching all the way from New York. I do appreciate you tuning in with us every single week. Tara Hill Starks, thank you, lovely, for watching with us as well. And then Tanya Jones, we appreciate you watching. I think Tanya's been hanging out with us for the past 35 weeks as well. So I'm asking you all to please share to your pages, and also, maybe start a watch party, because we have some good things coming up in just a few minutes. One thing that we are doing today, and we try to do it from time to time, but I really want to make it a regular part of our show on Fridays. But we are going to be spotlighting some of our businesses, our Black-owned businesses and Black-operated businesses that are part of the network. And we actually have a couple of businesses today, and they're going to, share with us what they have going on. One is Sweet Prince LLP, and it's going to be great. We're going to hear what she's got going on. She's even offering a great deal for watching today, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. And there's a new Jamaican restaurant up in North Myrtle Beach, and it's the Sunday Best Jamaican Restaurant. And they're actually going to be showing us a little bit as far as the restaurant is concerned. So you'll want to stick around for that. And I think we may have one more joining us. They're trying to tap into the live stream, but I'm going to take a quick commercial break. And then when I come back, we will get into the business spotlights. Is that okay with you, Dr. Mack?
Fine.
Yeah, I see you licking your lips. You heard Jamaican restaurant, and you're in.
I'm an honorary Jamaican. Listen, I love it. Yeah,
already. Y'all get it ready, because he will support. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, I'm gonna take this little quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Your child deserves the best in life. Grow through learning and positive moments. Caring through love, nurturing, and support. security, and a clean, safe environment. Your child deserves your neighborhood child care and development center. 1100 Creel Street, Conway, South Carolina. ABC certified and USAID approved. Call 843-248-0560 or 843-248-3584 for enrollment information.
Your neighborhood child care and development center is open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, enrolling children ages 6 weeks to 12 years old, serving Conway and all surrounding communities, offering after-school care with a professional, ethically diverse staff. Your neighborhood child care and development center. Call today. Hey, and we're back. Welcome to the Network Live. I'm April Garner, founder of the network, and thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, at the top of the hour, we had Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr. of Waccamaw Primary Care. He is the owner of that establishment, so please believe it. And he gave us, of course, our COVID-19 updates for the 35th week in a row. We have been coming to you live every Friday at 4 p.m. to give you information about what's happening, not only in South Carolina, Horry County, the United States, but the world. So thank you, Dr. Mack. He's hanging out backstage because he wants to hear about all these great businesses that we're going to be featuring today. So we're getting ready to get into a business spotlight. And, the network is a group that was formed a couple of years ago. I formed this group in order to create a connector for Black businesses, to an identifier, as a matter of fact, of Black businesses. And, I'm very pleased with the fact that we have been able to add Black businesses and also Black professionals. Over the past few years, the group has grown incredibly. And I just want to thank everyone who has supported the network, who has been a part of the growth and development, who's actually given me advice on how to move forward, who've, submitted ideas and done, just anything they could to show their love. And so, one of the things that I want to do is to make sure that we are able to support our Black businesses. And, as you know, this platform that every Friday at 4 p.m. is actually a public platform. And so, yes, if you are watching and you're not Black, that is totally okay. We want you to support Black businesses anyway. But, it's important in our community to have a support system because it is really difficult at times for Black owned businesses and minority businesses to thrive because of a lack of resources and a lack of some of the supports that, other businesses typically get. So as we start to develop this network, it really is more about identifying Black owned businesses, Black professionals who may not work for Black owned businesses, but they're truly a representation in businesses that we have to, patronize every single day. So I want to make sure that every week, if possible, we are showcasing some of our Black owned businesses in the area. And I'm asking all of you, the general public, to make sure that you support these businesses as well when you're looking for products, goods, and services. And that includes everything from mugs and cups to good food. So I'm going to bring on right now one of the owners that we are featuring today. And I know she's ready. She was here at the top of the hour. She's ready to go. And so we're bringing in right now. Hey, how are you doing?
Awesome. How are you, April?
I'm great today. And thank you so much for joining me. I can't thank you enough for supporting the network and also for, the encouragement that you've given me over the past few months and even the past couple of days with what I'm trying to do here. So first of all, tell everyone who you are and what you represent.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laquanette Bromell, and I'm a native of Lower South Carolina. About 5 of my friends from Francis Marion, we are deep. We got about 18 in our circle, but 5 of us decided to come together and decide to open up a print-on-demand online store, which we call Sweet Print. So the LLP means we're all partners.
There you go. All right. Sweet Prints LLP. Now, so Laquanette, before we get into, what you do, because I see you have some of the items hanging up in the back. Okay. You decided to go into business with friends. Ooh, that's a deep one right there. Was it all about you all having a vision that aligned with, everything that you are representing right now? Or, what was really the catalyst for going into business together?
Great question, Miss April. Honestly, you always cautious about going into business with friends and family, but we are from so many different walks of life. We represent so many different creeds, and that's what made us unique at Francis Marion, is that we all were so different, but what we had in common was the love, just the sisterhood and the brotherhood of sustaining each other through our college days. We started off at 5, and now we're down to 3, so sometimes it doesn't always stick, but we're not giving up. Sweet Prince LLP was created to design and provide unique apparel and accessories for the everyday people. You're going to see the great quality of our products, which is why the price point is where it's at. It's because you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. It's interested to work with your friends and your family because they're your friends and your family. But the common goal that we had in mind is to really make sure that we're offering great customer service, and we want to make sure we're giving great products to our client, our customers, our family. That's what we call our customers, our family.
Exactly. So I've pulled up your website so that everyone can see that you legit. You have, like you said, an LLP. You have your website so they can go there and check out the merchandise. So tell us a little bit about the experience on the web. When they go to the website, what will they be able to do?
Oh my gosh, we're hoping the main thing that they're able to do is to have fun looking at all the different products. We have everything from apparel to accessories, men, women, youth, hats, masks, beanies, mugs. And we also have a little shout out our collections. We have in our collections empowerment, where some of our products or our designs are empowerment. We got novelty for those who like to eat. I call myself a wannabe foodie. We also have a foodie collection. We have a quarantine collection, and we give a shout out to part of the Divine Nine, the Ivy, Elephant, Dove, and the Royalty. Those are shout outs to our sororities. So anyone who's in a sorority and they're interested in our products, please go get your clicking fingers ready and start buying.
I heard that. Yeah, I'm flipping through the website and just, kind of clicking on the different categories. And yeah, you got some wonderful stuff here. And, what made you decide to do a print on demand business?
Well, we wanted to do a print on demand business because we wanted to keep our overhead low. All of the owners actually have other jobs, and we knew that our time was going to be constrained. So with the print on demand, we actually create our own designs, and we have fulfillment centers in both US and Europe that actually put our prints on these products. And the key thing to this, Miss April, is that if you have a design in mind, and it's your original design, we can get it printed for you. If there's any designers out there who's looking for a space to show their talent, we will work out a partnership with you as well to get your designs on our website.
Oh, that's awesome. Now that's how you collaborate.
Yes, we're not in the business for ourselves. Any way that we can help someone else, that's what we're going to do.
All right. So what you got? I know you're getting ready for probably the Black Friday sales and all that other good stuff, the Christmas rush. Tell me, what do you have going on? You got anything exciting, new?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that, because guess what? I had to borrow your intern for a little bit, and we got some great things. So if you don't mind, let me show you some things.
Yes.
Right here, we got under construction. Only authorized people can come in. And guess what, guys? You are officially authorized to click, and buy. This is one of our products here. It's called a laptop cover or sleeve. It says Sweet Prince on it. It's a very great product. You'll see the quality here. Look on the inside. It feels so nice and fuzzy to protect your laptop or your tablet. And we can get any design on that, guys. Any design that you would like that you see on our website, or a design that you have in mind, we can get that on there. This is my daughter. So whenever she gets her Chromebook, she puts it in there. Wherever she does her virtual learning, her Chromebook is protected. But you know what? I got to show you some other stuff, guys. We got some great stuff coming on here. We got the back. Our summer stuff is actually on sale. If you go to our website, you're going to see a couple of our summer items. We got bathing suits, guys. For the Zetas in the world, we have a a bag here called Finer. It's a very nice beach bag to put your finer towel in. And let me tell you guys, this towel feels so great. It's got a nice plush feel to it, and we can put any design on our towel. So if you go to our website and you look at our summer sale, you're going to see a lot of our beach bags and our towels that go together as a set. And then we got here our stream bag. This is the first product that I actually brought, because if you're going to be promoting your stuff, you got to be a buyer of your stuff too. So sweet to the Zetas. Hey, this is a nice stream bag. And guys, like I said before, all of our summer stuff right now is on sale. And if you get a purchase today or tomorrow, you can still use that discount called the network on top of the sale price. So this is just like a nice little string bag that you can take with you for travel. Very light, but sturdy. The quality, like I said before, the quality is awesome. Now, moving into a couple of our hoodies. It started to get cool out there. So if I can see Miss Christine here, we got our BGM Black Girl Magic. I sprinkle it on everything. Hello. And did you see here, you pull the hoodie up, you can keep your ears and your head warm, and it's even have our logo laced it right here in the back. How does that feel on you, Christina?
It's very soft, and this is the inside. It's very warm.
So you got that plush on the inside that's going to keep you very nice and toasty when you're outside at these games or whatever outside event that you might be at. And sometimes you might even be at the fire pit, just having a nice time with your family. And this is a nice way to stay cozy. This is the small and adults, and we also have youth and toddler. And this is my own personal one. We got it in red, guys. And guess what? We have face masks that matches this. Black Girl Magic. I sprinkle it on everything. So we have some items on our website that goes hand in hand. If you're like a person like me that like to coordinate, you can coordinate with Sweet Prince events. Now, last but not least, Miss April, I would like to bring on none other than your intern, Layla, where she's going to be showcasing our leggings. This particular set that she got is whenever she was in track. And I wanted her to make sure that she didn't lose her items. So if you see at the back of her bag here, it says property of Layla. So whenever she goes on her meets, she can put all her stuff in her bag and she knows that that's her bag. And she's representing Lois Lions. Go Lions up in this joint. And as you can see here, the paw print is on her leg. And if there's a school that would like to, get onto our website to purchase this for their school, or any parents that would like for their kids to have this, just go to our website. And if you don't see your design, we can make it for you. Not a problem. So we're so excited to be here today. Thank you, Miss April, for all that you're doing for our community. Anything that we can do to help and promote the network, Sweet Prince got your back.
Layla, thank you first of all. And Layla jumped out of the view, but I need her to come back because I need to wave at her. How are you?
Good.
All right, looking good. You got the best model in the house, I'm sure.
Yes, they're two beautiful young ladies, and they're doing awesome in school, and they're the it. They're the
all
it.
Right, all right. Well, you have some excellent merchandise there, and first of all, we love your energy. I don't know if you probably can't see the comments because you're not close to your phone, but the energy is great, and I do appreciate that you are enthusiastic about your product, which means that you're trying to pass that enthusiasm on to everyone else. That's how you generate sales. That's how you get people excited about your business. And also, I'm sure that there was one commenter from Charlotte, North Carolina. She says, I love beach towels. I collect them. So you were saying that you could actually customize these towels? Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. As long as the design is an original, or if it's an SVG and we can purchase the SVG, we do that as well. So as long as the designs are original, we want to make sure we don't have no problems with people copywriting. So everything that you see on our website is our design. And I had a little music going on because everybody loves to shop. little bit of music, you know what I'm saying? Hey, get those clicking fingers ready. Get your discount. And if you can't buy today, because I know it's not is it the 15th? What did they say?
Today's the 20th. The 20th. Yeah.
Save enough for Black Friday. We got a discount for Black Friday too.
Where'd she get that energy from this time of day, Dr. Mac?
Listen, let me tell you. One of my favorite people in the world is this lady. All right.
Love you, Dr. McIver.
She is wonderful. She's enthusiastic and she's about it. So I got to give a shout out. Normally, LaQuinette, I'm normally in the background when these segments happen, but I said, April, you got to put me on and say hello to one of my favorite people.
I love it. Miss April, you were right on point. Dr. McIver, if it's something he believes in, he's going to support you all the way. And I so appreciate you and your family, Dr. McIver.
You're welcome. Thank you, sweetie. All right. Tell your mom I said hello.
I sure will.
All right. So LaQuinette, first of all, thank you so much for being a part of this today, your business spotlight. I really appreciate it. I've got your information here in the banner. And of course, everybody write it down, receive 10% off your purchase tomorrow through Saturday. You know, get your pre-Black Friday shopping in. You know, hey, she's trying to give it to you. She's like, you better get this dance. She's making sure that you all are excited about her products just like she is. And I'm certainly excited for you. Thank you so much for being a member of the network and supporting us. And of course, tell everybody again where they can go if they want to see more of your products.
You got to go click on www.sweetprincellp.com.
All right. All right, LaQuinette. So you're going to take us right into commercial break. You're going to do electric slide. What you going to do? I'm just trying to.
Electric slide was one of my songs. And guys, we also have the Instagram and the Facebook, Sweet Prince LP. So that's some other ways for you to see our products too. But we're going to electric slide on out of here, okay?
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. There you go. That is awesome. SweetPrinceLLP.com. The discount code or discount URL is on the screen. SweetPrinceLLP.com/discount/the network. And so I think we're going to get right into it because Dr. Mac is sitting in the backstage, and I know he's waiting for this. I am excited about this edition as well. We're getting ready to feature Sunday Best Jamaican Restaurant. Hello, how are you? Are you muted? You might be on mute. Can't hear you. Got you now. Hey,
yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. Nice to meet you. We were like texting each other back and forth, trying to get this thing going. Kiwana, is it Kiwana?
It is.
Okay, Kawan. She called me a few days ago and was like, I want to do this. What's going on? And I said, I heard about your restaurant up in North Myrtle Beach, but I haven't been there. I heard some things in the wind. So I'm so glad that you connected with us. And we certainly want to hear all about it. Dr. Mac, do I need to bring you to the stream? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and bring Dr. Mac to the stream.
How you doing, young lady? Good to see you. How y'all doing? Good to see you.
Yes,
sir. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So tell us all about Sunday Best Jamaican Restaurant.
Well, this is my husband, Joel. He's from Jamaica.
Hey, Joel.
From Montego Bay. Well, about a year ago, I had breast cancer. And so I wasn't going back to work anymore. So my husband said, we're going to start a business. And so he wanted to open up a Jamaican restaurant. And so we decided to come to North Myrtle Beach. And that's what we started our business right here in North Myrtle Beach.
Well, that is awesome. And of course, North Myrtle Beach, I'm sure, is blessed now to have a Jamaican restaurant on that end of the beach.
Yes.
And I tell you what, for good food, people are going to travel. So you don't have to worry about that part.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about that part. So speaking of which, tell us what's good. What's good today?
Good, everybody. We open 7 days a week.
Okay.
And we have jerk chicken. We have everybody love our home oxtail. We have regular oxtail. We have curry oxtail, curry chicken, goat, which is excellent. Monday coming, we're going to start breakfast.
Oh, wow.
We do like ackee and saltfish, mackerel and dumpling, boiled banana, yellow yam, and we have porridge. That's gonna be every morning on the menu.
Okay, give us your hours. What time do you start breakfast?
Breakfast gonna be 7 in the morning and 10, and then the lunch start from 10:30, from 11 till 8 in the week.
Okay, so you typically close at about 8, is what you're saying?
8 o'clock, yes. Now in the wintertime, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The hours is extend, like from 7 till 10 in the weekend.
Okay, where exactly are you located in North Myrtle Beach? Give us some landmarks.
Okay, do you know they have a new Taco Bell? We're right beside the new Taco Bell on 2nd Avenue, right across from Conway National Bank and Lowe's Food.
Okay.
Yeah, right there, right beside you. It's right attached to the beachwear store. Is right beside the new Taco Bell.
Okay. All right. So now you who does the cooking? That's what I want to know.
Well, we have Jamaican chef. We don't do the cooking, but my husband know all about the cooking, but we don't do the cooking. Yes.
Because we get that question all the time. You know, is it authentic? You know, is it organic? What is it? Or are the Jamaicans cooking it? What's going on? So yeah, you got okay. All right.
Jamaicans cooking. I'll be sure what up. Miss Lorna, come right quick. Come. This is one of our chefs. She is one of the best cooks that we have.
We have homemade sorrel. That is a drink from Jamaica. What we always do, like when Christmas time, we drink that drink. So we do it from scratch. So it really tastes pretty good. We do carrot juice from scratch with sweet milk. So you have a nice taste to it.
Yeah, and this is our chef right here. She's from Jamaica. Yes, she
do excellent job.
She's a little shy. Well, don't be shy. You can't be shy in the Carolinas, okay?
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm excited. You all have, first of all, like I said, Dr. Mack is shaking his head. Yeah, I'm going to bring him back into the stream.
Yes, come see us.
I definitely will.
Did they mention anything that's got your appetite going right now, Dr. Mack?
Listen, everything.
Yes. Everything. We have, you can get anything. We're fast. Yeah, you want to show our
yes.
Yeah, right here.
Can you see us?
Yes, we can see you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. This is like the oxtail.
Yes.
Okay.
Oxtail. This is the curry chicken.
Oh my goodness.
And this is escovitch fish.
Yes.
Red snapper.
Red snapper.
Oh wow! Look at that red snapper, Dr. Mack.
I see it.
And we have goat, which is excellent. Everybody love our goat.
Okay.
Curry goat.
Wow.
And then also we have a thing called curry oxtail. A lot of people are not familiar with curry oxtail, but curry, which is very good.
Sounds good. I tell you. Wow. I don't know about anybody else, Dr. Mack, but yeah, I'm my appetite is through the roof right now.
I'm ready.
That is awesome.
I've known Miss Kiwana for a long time.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Really?
Got Kiwan. Matter of fact, Kiwan.
And he's right here. Come here, Kiwan.
We went to prom together. Yeah.
Yes, he's right here. He worked the front line.
Good to see you, man.
And he's wearing a mask. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Well, okay, you gotta again. Do you have any specials or anything you want the viewers to know about?
Oh
yes, we have like an express tray. We have the express tray for what, 10 to 2? From 11 to 2, and it's $10, and it comes with the drink.
Okay, so and it's called an express tray.
Express tray, yes.
Okay, all right, $10, and it comes with a drink.
Yeah. So what now?
You said $10, and it comes with a drink.
Comes with the drink. It's right here.
Just show it right here.
Yes, right here.
I'm gonna zoom in on that. Yeah, go ahead and show us what you.
Can you see it?
No, yeah, go down. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, awesome. All right. Express trays, $10, includes a meat, curried item, oxtail. What else is on that? Brown stew, rice, and a 16-ounce beverage. I tell you, you can't beat that at all. That's awesome.
No, can't beat that.
Can't beat that. That is awesome. So are you open on the weekends?
Yes.
Yeah, we open every day.
7 days a week.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. It's open on Sundays as well?
Sunday as well. So come
Okay.
after you complete church, come join us.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That's why there you go. That's why
Yeah.
Sunday best. Well, I just want to thank you all for, of course, being with us today and also for reaching out to me. I'm glad you're members of the network. And if there's ever anything we can do to support you, please let me know. Also, make sure you go to the networkconnects.com and add your business to that website, because we're developing that Black business directory so that when we have tourists coming into the area, everybody will know where to find you. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you. It was great
Thank
meeting
you
you.
so much.
Thank
All
you.
right, Dr. Mack, I'm gonna bring you back in to say goodbye.
All
Yes,
right, Dr.
sir.
Mack, come
Thank
see
you.
us.
We'll see y'all soon.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right, take care.
All right.
I tell you, Dr. Mack. Woo.
Yeah.
What
Very,
time?
very, very nice. She's always, I've known her for a long time. Our kids were in elementary school together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've known
Yeah.
her for a long time. So she's real nice lady. So I'm really rooting for them to do well.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to go up and support. The food looks great. They have great energy. I love that as well.
Yeah.
And so, La Cornette and the Sunday Best Jamaican Restaurant, I mean, they're taking us into the weekend in high energy. I love it.
Very good, April. Very good. That was 2 very good spotlights.
Yes,
there. Very
absolutely. Good. And of course, we want to do spotlights every single week. So if you are interested in being a part of the show, of course, they showed you how easy it is. All you have to do is get in touch with me on Facebook. Let me know and I'll talk you through it. And also we'll send you a link to be a part of the show so that you can let people know where you are and what you're doing. And but Dr. Mack, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I want to remind everybody to, especially if you are a Black business owner or a Black professional who needs to connect with the community, make sure you go to the networkconnects.com and add your business to the site. Now, what you're going to do is complete a registration form that is on the site, and then we will add your information to the website. I think that what we're going to start doing is adding information on a weekly basis, because I'm just a one-person show with one intern, and that's Miss Layla Brumel. And so I've been trying to figure out how we could, work it out with all this information coming in. And so we're going to be updating that website weekly, and get your information in so we can let people know where you are. And we'll definitely be able to spotlight you as well whenever we broadcast the network live at 4 p.m. on Friday. So Dr. Mack, again, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a safe weekend. Thanks for putting together the COVID testing. I'm going to put that up one more time. Yeah. And we're not going to be on air next Friday, are we?
No,
Thanksgiving weekend or holiday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
unless something earth-shattering comes up and we have to do breaking news, that kind of thing. But this will be our first break, just enjoying our families for Thanksgiving holiday. But just remember, go ahead and put this on your calendar. The COVID testing hosted by DHEC, the National Action Network, and Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr. It's going to be held at Friendship Missionary Baptist Church as a test site. And that's Tuesday, December the 1st from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Be there. It's free. No excuses. Be there. It's free. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Mack. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.